So today we are moving on to properties of logarithms. There's three different properties. The product property, which if I have two numbers multiplied inside, so imagine if this was parentheses, I could split them up by using addition. Remember, just like the exponents, when I have two of the same base multiplied, I add them together. So here's an example over here. I split 6 into 2 and 3, and I put a plus in the middle. The quotient property, I treat the division sign like a giant minus. And so I could do, if I had, for example, 10 divided by 2, I could split it up to log 10 minus log 2. The power property says I can take my exponents and put them out in front of the word log. So over here, I had this exponent of 2, and it went out in front of the word log. So number 1 wants me to use these two properties to evaluate each logarithm. So what I'm going to do is rewrite this. I'm going to have log base 2 of 3, and then I'm going to subtract because of the fraction. So I'm going to have log base 2 of 7. Then all I want to do is I want to replace these two with the two equivalents that it gave me. So I have 1.585, and then I'm going to subtract 2.807. Then I actually want to go ahead and subtract those. So let me go to decimals. Is this gonna work? Doesn't look like it's out. Stupid. Oh, I don't need decimals for this. Let's just use the computer calculator then. Okay.
I got you.
I'll use a real calculator. So I would type these into the calculator, and then I get negative 1.2222. Would you rather just have a plus on the ruler? Okay. Number 2, it wants me to rewrite this. How can I rewrite 21 in terms of 3 and 7? Okay. So I'm just going to rewrite so I see that 21 is 3 times 7. So because it's multiplication, I would split them up by adding them. Then I want to replace these with the 2. So I have 1.585 plus 2.807. I think you're right. So I have Desmos on my phone. Not today. I mean yesterday. Okay, so when I add these together, I get 4.392. How can I rewrite 49 in terms of 3 or 7? Yep. So then I could split this up into log base 2 of 7 plus log base 2 of 7. Which is going to be 2.807 plus 2.807. Not my phone. Not my phone. The one that's ringing. You couldn't hear it? I can hear through the walls. All of our phones are like in the same spot, so I can like hear them all ring. So I add the 2.807s together and I get 5.614. Okay. Ooh, that 4 looks ugly. Questions here? Okay. Number 4, it wants me to expand. So basically, like the first step where I just rewrote them, that's all I need to do here. So if I take a look at this, I have a fraction. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to write ln 5x to the 7th, and then minus ln y, because I subtract the parts that are on the fraction. Then this one still has multiplication on the inside, because I have 5 times x. So I can split that up with addition. And then the ending part stays the same. Then I want to go ahead and this one has an exponent. So I'm going to bring that exponent out front. Questions on number 4? Okay, so number 5 is asking me to condense, so this is going the other way around. What I want to do is I want to start off with any numbers up front. So I'm going to start by taking this 3 and making it an exponent of that 2. What is 2 cubed? Two cubed? What? No. 2 times 2 is? Times 2. 8. So I'm going to change that into 8. Then I have these 2, which remember addition goes with multiplication. So I'm going to have 9 times 8. What is 9 times 8? Then I have the subtraction. So subtraction turns it into fractions. So I'm going to have 72 divided by 3. Which is 24. And then I'm done here. Whenever it says condense, it just wants me to leave it with the word log and just one number. Or one expression if I've got variables. Questions on number 5? Okay. These directions down below are mostly for those calculators that I had. But if you ever need to type in something, I showed you this one before, where the base is like a fraction on Desmos, you can do log of the number you care about divided by log of the base, if it won't come out nicely. So I'm going to go on to the back. I think there's 2 more. Yeah. So these want me to evaluate using a calculator. I'll use Desmos on my phone. Yeah, it's a map. See, I have Desmos. Yeah. Yeah, it's against PDFs. I use it for my MCC. Anyways, so I have, this is, I think I could just, oh yeah. If I see on my phone, there is a log with a little tiny a. It's not very clear. But right here, I click that, and then I'm in the base part, so I type the 3. And then if I go over here, I can type in 8, right? Yeah, 8. So it gives me this. How many decimal places did it want? It didn't say. Cool. I'm going to go 4 decimal places. I have 1.892, and that's going to round to an 8. Okay. I can do the same thing for number 7. So I went to functions, and then I'm in miscellaneous, and then almost all the way at the bottom is the log. Then this one is 6 and 24. 24. Which gets me 1.7737. Questions? Okay, so this one I would split by using subtraction. I'm going to have log base 3 of 4 minus log base 3 of 5. And then I want to replace with my numbers. So I'm going to have 1.262 minus 1.465. And I could use Desmos on my phone. I'm just going to use the graphing calculator. I like this color. Which gets me negative 0.203. I can rewrite 20 as 4 times 5. So because it's multiplication, I split it up with addition. Which gets me 1.262 plus 1.465. Adding those gets 2.727. On 10, I can rewrite 25 as 5 times 5. So So I'm going to have log base 3 of 5 plus log base 3 of 5. Then I would do 1.465 plus 1.465. Which will get me 2.930. Okay. Number 11 wants me to expand, so I'm going to start with the division part. So I'm going to have ln 3x to the 5th minus ln y. Remember, division turns into subtraction. Then I can split this one into two parts because it's two things being multiplied to each other. I'm going to have ln of 3 plus ln of x to the 5th minus ln y. Then I have this exponent, which needs to go out front. So I'm going to have ln 3 plus 5 ln x minus ln y. Our goal when expanding is to get it so everything is just like on one line with no exponents, no fractions. Number 12 wants me to condense. So I always start with my numbers out front to turn back into exponents. So this is going to turn back into an exponent on that 3. Three to the 4th is 81. Then these two are going to get multiplied together. And the other one's just going to stay at the end for now. 6 times 81 is 486. Then I want to go ahead and rewrite this as a fraction. So I'm going to have log 486 divided by 3, which gets me 162. Okay. Numbers 13 and 14 want me to use a calculator, so I'll show you this on my phone. So this one, I would go to functions. I could go to the log little a. I'd type in 7 down below and 11 up, which I'm going to go out to 4 decimal places again, which would be 1.2323. Then I do the same thing for number 14. So I go to functions, the miscellaneous tab, and then the log. Go away. 7, and then, no, that was 2. which gets me 4.24979.